What is going on, G Nation? It's Iggy. Welcome to the 10th episode of Hero Academy. Today we're going to be talking about the new tank hero dropping real soon in the original server, Khufra, the Desert Tyrant. Khufra is a tank hero that once he's in there with his second skill bouncing like a basketball, we out here bouncing, my dudes. Once he's in the heat of battle, he can disrupt the enemy's positioning with his insane crowd control skills. I think he can be a meta tank, guys. It's insane. Hopefully by the end of this video, guys, you'll see the awesome potential within the cursed hero. And yeah, be part of the bounce squad. Let's do it.
All shall succumb to my power.
Firstly, let's talk about his skills and passive. So passive, Spell Curse. Khufra activates the spell curse left by Esmeralda every 12 seconds to increase the range of his next basic attack. This attack slows the enemy down and deals magic damage. Also, Khufra restores 8% of his max HP. Each time Khufra uses his control skills on enemy heroes, the passive cooldown is reduced by 4 seconds. Now, Skill 1, Tyrant's Revenge. Khufra launches himself in a specified direction, dealing physical damage. When he hits the first enemy hero, he will immediately stop, deal physical damage, and a knock-up effect. The longer the charge, the longer the knock-up. Skill 2, Bouncing Ball. Khufra uses bandages to wrap himself into a magical ball, increasing his physical and magical defense by 75%. Enemies who try to use blink skills to move across Khufra will be knocked up instead. This skill has 3 bounces, with every time it lands, enemies nearby are slowed and take magic damage. The beauty of skill 2 is that once you're in there bouncing, because you have 3 bounces, you don't have to use all 3. You can actually interrupt the skill to go into skill 1 for an immediate stun, or go use your ultimate for that slow or stun if you hit the enemies to a wall or whatnot. So yeah, this is huge that you can cancel it and you have these other options to crowd control the enemy. Ultimate, Tyrant's Rage. Khufra pulls back all enemy targets around him toward the front, dealing physical damage and slowing them down for 1.25 seconds. If the enemies are knocked against walls, they take extra physical damage, and instead of a slow effect, they are stunned. Guys, trust me, when you hit the ultimate just right, getting those enemies hitting against the wall, getting them stunned, it feels so satisfying. Just like here, but I didn't have my team here with me, so there's only so much I can do. So next, guys, we're going to talk about item builds. You know me, being a tank player, and as a tank you should always try to adapt to your situation against the enemies you're facing. Some items might have to take priority over others. Anyway, with Khufra, let's talk about his first item being the boots. What boots would you pick? You could go for the wizard boots for the extra gold from assists, which is helpful. It is usual for tanks. The other viable option, I believe, is the demon shoes, because Khufra does consume mana, and his skills, will consume mana. Getting this early will be very helpful. You could sell your boots later on in the late game for the warrior boots, but I'd advise not going for the warrior boots early. Either, something to help with gold or with mana in the early game. Next up, I feel Cursed Helmet is a good item, because not only do you get the increase in magical defense and HP, you do get that additional damage when you're near enemies, because you're going to be jumping in, getting really into the heat of battle. It's going to be helpful with that additional damage. Also, I feel that Sky Guardian Helmet, it's a blessing. It is a godsend for tanks. You just got to use it. Be careful of enemies with Demon Hunter Sword, piercing down tanks with high HP. Regardless, this will help you stay longer in the team fight, without having to recall so often. When it comes to other items, there is a bit more flexibility. Feel free to experiment and adapt to who you're facing. You could go for Demon's Advent for that extra physical armor, even the blade armor to counter from marksmen, those pesky marksmen. Maybe adapt for a Thunderbelt for those stats, and even immortality for the late game. But yeah, regardless, these following builds should help sustain. Now let's talk about emblem set. For you playing Khufra, you're going to want to use the tank emblem. And when it comes to the actual talent you'll be using, I prefer tenacity because being me, I like to be tanky to the very end, you know. So when your HP drops real low, you're just even tankier. The other option, the other talent is you could go for Brave Smite to get some HP back from when you crowd control the enemy. Both viable options within the tank emblem. Now, when it comes to battle spell, I've just been using pretty much Petrify. Because honestly, alongside Petrify, with his skill sets, Khufra is just a crowd control beast. And yeah, the Petrify just adds to it and just either further controls the enemy, and oh man, it's just so good to see the enemy being crowd controlled and then the rest of your team just taking them out. Other viable options I feel could be Aegis if you want to play a little bit more defensive and also to kind of support an ally. You could also go for Flicker, I guess, because skill 1 is not a quick blink, because you know you do charge for it, and while you do charge you do stay still, so Flicker could be useful, but I just feel Petrify is the way to go. So now let's talk about some tips and tricks for Khufra. So here with this example here, I've escaped using my second skill. I've gone with my ulti when I'm near the wall there and I've got the stun. And so this is what you've got to do. You've got to really be aware of your surroundings. And because I do have an ally with me to support me, and I do have my first skill ready, I'm just going to go in there, charge in, and just stay in the fight. I do get that knock up, so it's even more crowd control. And to clear it up, I've got my second skill back ready to go for me to deal some more damage and finish them off. Also guys, with this example, with this combo, like you've got the first skill which can be used as your main form of engagement. So I'm charged that up to maximum, I believe it was maximum, and I get that really good knock up effect on Eudora, who's up in the air. The allies, the enemies are there. I'm bouncing using my second skill, getting that area damage going, and once I've got a good positioning and near the wall as well, go for the ulti. But you guys know how this ends. I die because no one's around. Sad life, right? But yeah, additionally, as you can see here with this fight, I'm trapped. I use my second skill to give me some more durability to last a little longer. While I'm here, I go for the Petrify as well to buy me some more time. I even go for the ulti, hitting the enemies against the wall to get that stun going. And because I do have my first skill available, I'm going to go back in for even more crowd control, even more knock up, so my teammates can help finish this up. So pretty much in summary for Khufra, just remember that skill 2 can be cancelled, because this will lead you to your other options, either going from skill from your ultimate for that crowd control, and then skill 1 for the immediate stun. You just have so much options, and you can fit Petrify wherever you like within there. Just that CC is going to be glorious to see being all executed. And yeah, he's just a crowd control beast. I'm telling you guys, if you're gonna go buy him, let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you think about Khufra. And yeah, if you do buy him, welcome to the Bounce Squad. Anyways guys, thank you so much for tuning into this video. It's great to be back doing Hero Academy. I'm trying to find time to do it. I'm just getting busy and busy. It sucks. But anyways guys, I'll see you all in the next video. As always, stay awesome, not toxic. Bye.